What is up, guys? We're going back to our penal substitutionary atonement theory critique. And we'll be going back to Isaiah chapter 53. This time we'll be in verse number 5. Reads, "But he was wounded for our transgressions, crushed for our iniquities." Now, that first half, that word "for," is really important. Some people take that word "for" and believe that there's a transfer of account. Our punishment is laid upon Christ, so Christ is punished as we would be punished. But that's not the only way to understand the word "for" and how it's operating here in the sentence. If we read a little closer, how else can we use the word "for"? He was wounded for our transgressions. This word, both in the Hebrew "mean" and the Greek word "dia," it can mean on account of our sins. It doesn't mean there's this transfer going on. Now, if we understand this to be on account of our sins, then that could basically just mean that the reason Christ had to be wounded and had to be crushed on the crucifixion at the cross is because we sinned. We sinned, therefore, he has to make some kind of satisfaction, and reconciles back to God. It's not saying that there's a penal transfer of account. It is saying the reason he has to be wounded and crushed is because we live in sin, because we're cursed by sin. So by him doing that, his blood washes us clean, and we can be reconciled back to God. We don't have to be under the impression that God poured out his wrath upon Christ. Now let's look at the second half. Upon him was the punishment that made us whole, and by his bruises we are healed. That is just what I said. So by Christ offering himself on the cross, that was a good thing, that self-sacrificial act of perfect love. That act of perfect love, of perfect goodness and care and grace and mercy towards us sinners, while we were yet sinners, is what makes us whole. It's what renews us. It's what makes us new. It's Christ's good act on the cross that overcomes our sin. We don't have to be under the impression that our sin is applied to Christ. God bless.